President Obama's hard sell on Syria, all in now to convince a skeptical Congress and war-weary public that a military strike is necessary. But a brand new poll out this morning shows just what a battle that will be. Nearly 6 in 10 Americans oppose an attack. ABC's John Carl has the latest from the White House. And John, that opposition, despite the fact that 80% of Americans believe Assad gassed his own people.
Right, and that gives you an indication, George, of just how difficult it is for the president to convince Congress that they should vote for a military strike, even as Assad is out there now once again denying that he used chemical weapons. As the president makes the case for using military force, Syria's president is firing back. In an interview with Charlie Rose of CBS, Assad says, quote, "There has been no evidence that I used chemical weapons against my own people." And he suggested there will be retaliation for a U.S. attack. In London this morning, Secretary of State John Kerry shot back.
So the evidence is powerful. And the question for all of us is, what are we going to do about it?
The president is now trying to make the hard sell to Congress and the American people. Late last night, he made a surprise visit to a dinner Republican senators were having with the vice president. And later today, he will sit down for 6 national television interviews, hoping to convince the nearly 6 in 10 who oppose airstrikes that it is in America's interest to respond. Tomorrow, he will head to Capitol Hill, and later that night, he will deliver a nationally televised primetime address.
Good evening.
Even Hillary Clinton is joining in the effort and will show her support during a previously scheduled speech at the White House today.
Congress, most Americans oppose missile strikes in Syria.
Still, even the president's usual supporters are expressing doubts. The liberal group MoveOn.org is running TV ads urging Congress to vote against the president.
So, John, we see the public opposition rising. Any sign that his efforts are stopping the erosion in Congress?
Absolutely none, George. In fact, the ABC News vote count in the House is actually getting worse for the president. We now count 231 members of the House either saying they will vote no or that they are likely to vote no. That is more than enough to defeat this resolution. Over in the Senate, it's much more closely divided. Most senators still undecided. And, George, as you know, the first test vote on this will come in the Senate, and that's going to be on Wednesday.
And the White House hoping that creates momentum. Okay, John, thanks very much. And Diane will be speaking to President Obama this afternoon at the White House. That interview airs tonight on World News.